Boy, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, do I have a video for you today? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are not. A lot of you just don't know if you are subscribed or not. The amount of messages I get after I say this, that 70% of people watching aren't subscribed, I show the data, and then I get so many messages from people being like, oh my goodness, sorry, I didn't even know I wasn't subscribed. So maybe just check. If you enjoy this content at all, hit that button for me. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about Ben Hadden. We're going to talk about some good news. And we have just the most amount of YouTube golf news. This is like my second video this week that has just felt like I've had just hours of content, and I'm going to try to do my best to pick out the most important pieces and bring them to your faces. So that's what we're going to do right now. Video behind me, one of the most epic videos that has come out in the YouTube golf space so far this year. LOL, it's only been 10 days, but probably in the last couple years, to be honest. And it's 4Play's collaboration with Tiger Woods, officially live on their YouTube channel. I mean, it'd be so easy for me just to ruin this video and spoiler alert it, because like really it's not like it's a match with an ending or anything like that, but there's just a twist. There's a twist, and you're just gonna have to watch that video to find out. But it's behind me. Shout out to them. They always do an incredible job making these videos. I know this was probably like a, hey, you guys are gonna have 10 minutes with Tiger, like don't screw this up, and then they're like, oh my goodness, and they have to figure it out. So I think for what they had, the time they had, they did an incredible job. Like nobody's playing an 18-hole match with Tiger, at least not yet, but the fact that they got him on YouTube in this way and how the video turned out, I mean, Tiger really just like, he just took control of this video, and it was the most incredible thing. So be sure to go check that out. Similar note, we talked about it in the last video, the TaylorMade collabs are starting to roll out. We had Grant Horvath with Nelly Korda yesterday. Awesome little match. I think it was like ended up being like a 4-hole match total or something like that. Again, not going to ruin it, but seeing her on camera, seeing her personality, she's a very cool individual and obviously an extremely talented golfer. So that was definitely a video that we were all looking forward to, and it's very neat to have come out. On a similar vein, today we had Ricky Fowler officially coming out on the Micah Morris golf channel. This is just the first two of many to come from these guys. They filmed over the course of a couple different days at TaylorMade Media Day. Obviously, the one I'm most excited for, I've talked about this, is the fact that we have Micah Morris and Rory McIlroy going head-to-head with the new TaylorMade driver in a long drive contest. Probably one of the most epic matchups, and really like the only way a YouTuber in any type of challenge, golf challenge, is going to stack up to one of these tour professionals. Micah Morris hitting long drives against one of the best long drivers on tour. So very excited for that video. Those two are already out. Be sure to check them out. The amount of content coming out right now from all creators around the equipment drops, you have like even Trotty Golf putting stuff out. Like there's a wealth of content for you guys to consume right now, so be sure to get on it. But what you clicked on this video for, the Ben Hadden situation. So this is one I've wanted to talk about for a little bit because you guys have just been insisting on it. Like when I see comments and DMs over and over again, same questions asked over and over again, that's when I know, Nate, it's time to talk about something. So that's why I'm addressing this today. Now, I'm coming at it from a perspective of a viewer, of a fan, but of an educated one, of one who understands YouTube, and I'm going to give you that perspective today. What I'm not doing, and what I have chosen not to do, is to reach out to anyone inside Good personally to ask about the situation, because that does two things. Number one, it probably will give me information I'm not allowed to share with you guys, which actually makes my ability to report unbiased to you guys nearly impossible. So I don't do that. I try to never get information I'm not allowed to share. So that way I can just say what I think and say what I want without having to worry about anyone censoring me. That's not what we're about here. Number two, it is probably something that's relatively personal. And again, I've talked about this many times, but I try to stay on the YouTube side of things and not the personal side of things. And if some people aren't wanting to share certain things, I'm not going to make them share it before they were ready to. But with all that in mind, like I said, when you guys ask me for my opinion, this is how I started the channel, giving my opinion, my educated YouTuber opinion on these YouTube golf topics. So the Ben Hadden situation. Listen, we've covered similar-ish stories. There were a lot of questions around AJ in the past, his involvement in good videos. It felt like he hadn't been there forever, and it was kind of funny. As soon as we addressed it, almost instantly, he was in like 3 or 4 videos in a row. One thing you guys have to keep in mind with how Good creates their content is that everything is shot like at least pretty much a month prior, and then takes about a month and a half to be released. So if something's happening right now on their channel, that's something that, I mean, right now the video they uploaded yesterday was shot back in December when they did the collab with 4Play and then had to go over to the Trump course in Miami because of the storms. Like that was all well over a month, well, a little bit about a month ago now. And that's a typical format. So if you haven't seen your favorite creator in a video recently, know that maybe they are in videos upcoming, but that's not the point. talking about the Ben Hadden situation specifically. So he has obviously been absent from a lot of videos. He's been in some videos, but he's been absent from a lot of videos. And I think people's questions aren't necessarily like, is he ever going to be in a video again or whatever? It's just like understanding the situation. I think a lot of people really are confused because you have someone like Brad Dalkey who felt like they came on in a similar way, but now seemingly is like an intrinsic part of every single video. And I get that. I see that too. My sort of, again, outsider perspective and explanation of this is that especially Ben Hadden came in as a YouTuber. Like, he was a pro golfer and he started a YouTube channel to go along with this pro golf. That all came before Good. When he got his opportunity with Good to become a Good athlete, but then obviously as a very talented golfer and someone with a personality, he got brought into Good videos. That, of course, not only boosted his own channel, which has upped in quality since then because he brought on an editor, he started working better on the videos, making better quality content. That boosts, you know, his channel's ability to grow, but then obviously getting the exposure from Good. But it also put him in people's spotlight as a member of Good, or seemingly a member of Good, because he was in a lot of videos right away. But I think where these athlete relations are going, again, we've talked about it with AJ, with Ben, like these guys, Sean Walsh even, like these are all sponsored Good athletes who are incredible golfers, and when it makes sense and they are available and they are needed, they can go in and out of these videos. Good can kind of bring them in, call them in. If it works for both their schedules, go. But these are still individuals. These are still individuals who are pursuing their own YouTube channels, especially Ben. Ben has been really diving in on his content and putting out some really good quality stuff. I personally love the guy and I love watching his golf swing, and I think he's a good on-camera dude. And I think his own personal channel, if he keeps at it at this level, will continue to grow and excel. However, I do think obviously he is still going to have these opportunities with Good whenever it makes sense. And if I was him, I would take every single one of them because it is just increasing his own exposure. So I think really there's nothing wrong. Like I think when you see guys like AJ and like Ben, like unless there's something visibly happening, some sort of tension, some sort of, you know, whatever drama that's visible, likely it is just these guys are off doing their own things, the schedules don't align, or Good is just shooting videos where they don't really need more than just the core 5. Or, you know, I would really even consider Brad now part of that core. I would consider that kind of a core 6, not made official. I don't think that'll ever be made official, but to me, like Luke is definitely part of the core. It's like a core 5, and then I think Brad has kind of slotted himself in there as well. And I think it's just the way things go, and it's fine. And Brad doesn't really have as much of a personal channel as Luke or as Ben Hadden does, or at least he isn't like focusing on it as much, and that's his decision. That's great. So I think that's like a quick and dirty explanation of it. I don't think there's any issues going on inside that group at all, like a lot of you guys have been suspecting. I think it's all just very much like timing and scheduling and all of that. But that's my explanation. Again, you guys have been asking me so much in the comments and DMs that I obviously had to address it. So that's the answer. That's the story. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Something interesting is about to happen in this video. You're going to want to go watch it to see what happens. It's a good one.